Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Travel Gems. This is Julie. Thank you for stopping by. This is my second video. I thought I would do a cup of coffee and a van tour. So let's start with making a cup of coffee. This is a gas one stove. This is what I use to cook in the van. And it's powered by butane fuel, which I got the fuel at, I think, Walmart. You can pretty much get those anywhere. So I'm going to start that up. My coffee kettle. I have some water. I'm just going to make a cup. I prefer to drink freeze-dried coffee because it's easy to travel with and it's a lot cheaper than going to Dunkin' Donuts. So that's my coffee. That'll just take a minute to heat. This is the coffee that I normally drink, and I usually get this at Walmart. It's called Juan Valdez. It's freeze-dried coffee. I think I paid $5 for the jar. And then I like to drink my coffee with cream, so I put heavy whipping cream in. I got this at Trader Joe's. The water heated up, have a cup of coffee, and we'll do a van tour. Starting in the back of the van, the two windows, this one and that one, I have shades that pull down for some privacy, but they're not full privacy. And if you were on the outside looking in and it was light inside the van, you would be able to see what I was doing. So what I do is I made some Reflectix squares to go in the van. And these are pretty common in van life. I learned a lot about making them, cutting them, and sizing them. It looks like this. One side looks like aluminum wrap, and it's thick. It's almost like, you know, that wrap that you can twist it, and it's a bubble wrap. Bubble wrap, that's what I'm trying to say. This is similar to that, but it's also covered on the outside with like an aluminum wrap, and then on the other side, I used black packing tape. So when you put this in the window at night, you have the black side out so nobody can come up to your van and look inside. You have complete privacy. And then in the summer months, what I'm hearing from the van lifers is that they put this on the outside because it reflects the sun. So you're not, so the big problems in van life is staying cool and staying warm. Those are the challenges. And so this Reflectix sort of helps. It helps with privacy. You might have a little bit of noise reduction maybe, but it is also privacy on one side, and then the other side is, in the warm months, it reflects the sun and keeps the heat out. And then what I do is I just put this in like this. It's almost like it sticks. It just stays in. It's fit to size, and then I can pull. If I don't want to look at the silver, I can just pull this down. So it looks like the coffee is ready. The water is ready. Put in a teaspoon of coffee. Oh, this opens like a milk carton. I like the one they have the little plastic holder here that you pull off, and it seems to be less messy, but I'll do this. This will work. Might be a little hot, so I'm going to put some cold water in. Okay. It's actually perfect. maybe a little bit too much cream. Let's put some more coffee in. That's better. I like cream, but I don't want to just drink a cup of cream. I want to drink the coffee. So that's how I do my coffee. Starting at the back of the vans, I have the 2 windows, so I cover them with the Reflectix. The side windows, I had a difficult time cutting Reflectix to fit them because the windows are not perfectly square or round. They're sort of oblong and oddly shaped. So what I did was I bought blackout curtains, and I have the curtains clipped up, and I just released the clips on both sides of the van, and that is complete blackout. Nobody can see in or out. And then for my bed, let me move that out of the way. My bed, I have an electric blanket, and like I said, the challenges in van life seem to be staying warm enough or cool enough. So I'm up here in Maine. It's freezing cold. I don't even know what the temperature is right now, but it's overcast. And so on my bed at night, I have a sleeping bag that my sister gave me. It's from LL Bean. And an electric blanket, also from LL Bean, that my sister gave to me. And I plug the electric blanket into my power station, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. This is a Bluetti 500. Heavy. I have a Jackery, but for some reason, I prefer the Bluetti. I just think it lasts longer. I've never had any problems with it, and I bring it with me wherever I go. So I plug my electric blanket into the Bluetti, and I stay warm all night. I have not had any problems up here in Maine in the winter trying to stay warm so far. Because it would be very difficult to wash the sleeping bag and the electric blanket frequently, it's much more easy to go to the laundromat and wash a sheet. So what I've done is so that my sleeping bag and my electric blanket don't get stinky after sleeping in them for a while, I bought a sheet from probably Walmart, whatever was cheapest, and it was a full-size sheet, and I just folded it in half and sewed it along so that I get into it like a sleeping bag. And then when I do my laundry, I wash my sheets. So I always have clean sheets. And I don't remember where I picked up that tip, but I'm very appreciative of it, because to wash a sleeping bag and electric blanket all the time is a lot. And then my pillows, I have 2 pillows here, and the pillow covers zip on and off, and so I can wash those. So that's how I clean everything. And I don't think that you can see looking upward towards the ceiling, you will see shiny wood, looks like shellacked wood, and all around the camper there are little cubbies where you can store things. So I have things in there such as my tripod and other camera recording equipment. One of my cubbies, I have some towels and washcloths so that I can stop off at the gym and take a shower. I am fairly new to vanning, so I haven't filled all of my cubbies, but I'm sure I will. I'm also somewhat of a minimalist, so maybe I won't fill them, but I do have a ton of storage in this van, and so that's good. I feel like I have everything that I need so far. I've only been doing this for a short time, but in the corner over here, I have 2 camp chairs. And what I am currently resting my stove on is a table that I got at Walmart. It folds out nicely. It fits the width of this van. And so I can have meals, I can play games. It's actually adjustable, so it's multi-height table. Very convenient for cooking, doing work, computer work, reading, anything. This table has come in handy and was well worth whatever I paid for it. I think it was about $39. And then I have a storage unit here, And let me get some things out of the way. Over here you can see my sink. And what I did was I drilled a hole on the top of this storage unit. And I got 2 stainless steel bowls. This one bowl I glued in. I don't have a drain. Many people do have a drain, but what I did was I got a second bowl so that when I turn on my water, I don't have it hooked up to water right now, so I'm not going to be able to demonstrate that it puts out water, but it does put out water. And I can wash my hands, brush my teeth, do dishes, and then I just take the bowl and dump it. Okay, over here I have another container for water, and I just lift the lever and water comes out. That I feel sometimes is easier to use than the automatic water faucet. I really did the water faucet for aesthetics. It sort of gives the van a homey look and feel. Next, I have a little storage container that I believe that I got from Walmart. I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't a lot. And I just keep utensils, forks, knives, spoons. The middle drawer, I keep scissors, some washcloths, batteries. The batteries, actually, I'll tell you about that in just a moment. But the third drawer, what do I have in this? I have measuring cups, lighters, measuring tape, miscellaneous things, some magnets. And in this cabinet here, I keep toilet supplies. I use regular toilet paper to use the bathroom, and I also have some cat litter in case I need to hide any odors. This is my toilet. Not a pleasant subject, but when you're doing van life, it needs to be addressed. So, what I do is I line the inner container with a bag, and then I close this and put another bag. I line the whole seat so that I don't actually ever touch the seat. I sit on a plastic bag, do my business, put the toilet tissue in the toilet, wrap the bag up, and dispose of it properly. That is a topic that I think if you watch any van video, it's going to be addressed, because everybody has a question as to how do you use the bathroom in a van. Well, everyone has their own way, but that's my way of doing it. I think the cat litter works great. I have never had any problem with smells, and whenever I go to a gas station or a Walmart or even a grocery store, I just tie up my bag and dump it in the trash. Nobody knows. It's not a problem. I've never had any issues with it, and so that's what I do. For keeping my food cool, I have a refrigerator. It's called Alpacool. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. This is the Alpacool that I use. It is not a refrigerator freezer combo. It's a refrigerator, I think. I'm still getting to know it and learn how to use it. And so it does work to keep my food cool. This is what I use for heat. This is a Mr. Buddy heater. It uses propane. Right now I have it connected to these are 1 pound propane tanks, and you could get these at Walmart. I think you get a 2-pack for about $9 or $10. I've never had a problem with the propane tank. It heats the van up nicely. 1 canister of propane will probably heat the van for about 4 or 5 hours. And then I get rid of the can And like I said, I have not had any problems with staying warm between the electric blanket and the heater. Okay, so since I'm not using this, I'm going to stick this back. I would highly recommend a Mr. Buddy heater if you're thinking about doing van life for when you don't have any shore power. Shore power is where you can plug into a source of electricity. Some of the campsites have shore power, some don't. Some you have to pay. I don't like to pay because I'm too frugal. And what else? What else can I show you? One other little thing that I wanted to share is this bag. It's a mesh bag. It can get wet, it can get dirty, you can wash it, you can put it in the dryer. And it has a bunch of pockets all the way around and a big pocket inside. So what I do is I keep condiments, salt, sugar, pepper. I keep some popcorn seeds. I like to have popcorn in the van. I do keep my coffee, my Juan Valdez coffee in here. I keep my propane, or well, this is the butane, and just, it has multi-compartments, and so you can pretty much keep anything that you want in here. I use it just for, I like to stay organized, so I find this very helpful in keeping me organized. I think that's about it. The front of the van isn't very interesting. I do have a curtain that goes all the way from one side of the van across, and it's a privacy curtain so that when I have it pulled, I can't see the front seats. Nobody can see in. It's not a blackout curtain, and I do think that I might consider getting a blackout curtain, because I believe that when I get outside and sort of go around the van to see if anyone can see in, if I have bright lights on, you can tell that there's someone in the van. So that might be something to consider, getting a blackout curtain. But I'm pretty new to van life. As I said in my first video, I'm mostly in the Northeast, Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts. I'm very interested in finding places that I can stay overnight for free. The places that I have found so far, there's a New Hampshire rest area, but I do think that I read somewhere that you're not allowed to stay overnight at the New Hampshire rest area. If anyone has any information, please comment below on that particular location. But I have not stayed there only because I've heard that you're not allowed to sleep in your vehicle overnight. I don't know why, because if you're driving and you want to rest because you're tired, why can't you stay in the New Hampshire rest area to rest overnight? So anyway, maybe I'm wrong. There are a couple of other places in New Hampshire, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. There's a place called Pierce Island. I don't know if it's a literal island, but it's along the water that separates New Hampshire from Maine. Very beautiful, scenic walking grounds. You can walk if you have pets. You can walk your dog in the morning. And I have stayed there. It's been great. There's another location that's not too far from Pierce Island. It's in Portsmouth. It's near the Portsmouth Middle School on Parrott Avenue. And I have stayed there, have not had any problems. I've not had any knocks at night. The New Hampshire rest area I have not stayed at. I've stayed at the Kittery Trading Post in Kittery, Maine, and they actually welcome van lifers. There's a specific area in the back of the lot that's designated for RVers, and you do have to go in and ask for permission, and then they'll take your license and your license plate and other, your name and your phone number. But they are welcoming. There's a Walmart in Waterville, Maine. Maine's huge, so it's probably going to take me the rest of my life to find out where I can stay and where I can't. Maine is also my favorite place to stay. Love Maine. Massachusetts, I haven't found anywhere to stay in Massachusetts. So if anyone knows of a place in Massachusetts, I haven't really tried that many places because I have heard, the rumor is Massachusetts is not very friendly towards van lifers. But again, that's what I heard. I could be wrong. And Connecticut, I've found a couple of places. There's a rest area on Interstate 84 going east. And I think it's like exit 28 or right around exit 28. I have stayed there before. It's quiet. It's clean. I haven't had any problems. There's a Walmart in Cromwell, Connecticut. that I've stayed at. I haven't had any problems, and no knocks at night. And then the good thing about staying at a Walmart is that you can get up and go into the store and get, a banana or an avocado and some peanut butter or whatever you choose to have for a meal. You can use their bathrooms. I always, if I stay at a Walmart, I like to buy something just to show a courtesy that, a thank you for letting me stay in your property. I'm going to buy something. And most of the items that I've pointed out, I have got from either Amazon or Walmart. So there's also Cracker Barrels. I have not yet stayed at a Cracker Barrel, but I have heard that they're friendly towards van lifers and people who want to stay in their vehicles. Not just van lifers, but anyone who wants to stay in their vehicle. I've heard that Cracker Barrel is pretty friendly too. So that's going to be it for my van tour. I don't have a lot yet, so I don't have a lot to show you, but I'm new to the van life. I'm really liking it, and I watch a lot of van videos. I know that these van tours are pretty popular when someone first gets their vehicle, so I thought that would be appropriate. It's the beginning of the year, so let's start the year off with a van tour, and I will check back in and make another video as soon as I have some more to share. I think my next video, I found a really cool recipe, and you're not going to believe how easy it is, but I found a cool recipe, and maybe my next video I'll share the recipe with you. It's literally going to take less than a minute to make this food item that I want to make, but I ran across it on a YouTube video, and I would love to share it. So check back in. Have a great day. It's cold. Have a nice warm cup of coffee or hot chocolate. Peace out.